Is the risk worth the reward?
When you look at, he's a poor man, Terence Crawford. That's the point.
You'd be like, well, that's the best fighter ever. And at that moment in time, it looked like that might be the best fighter I ever saw.
Terence Crawford just shattered the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez. He didn't just win, he destroyed him. At 38, undefeated, and now richer than ever, fans everywhere are asking the same question. What's left for him to prove? While most expect a retirement announcement any day now, two shocking challenges have exploded onto the scene. One comes from a washed-up ex-champion begging for a payday. The other, a wild demand from boxing's most controversial analyst, Max Kellerman, could rewrite the final chapter of Crawford's career. Just days after Crawford's epic win, Kellerman went on Inside the Ring and stunned everyone, not by suggesting retirement, but by demanding Crawford fight the most dangerous young monster in boxing, Jaron "Boots" Ennis.
But if he does all that stuff and eventually blows himself up into the position where it makes sense for Crawford to fight him, at that point, Crawford is 40 years old.
I'm about to say that.
And
Yes.
Boots is in his prime. So
Yeah.
let me tell you something wild right now. I think Crawford should fight him right now if he's ever going to fight him. If he wants to, if Crawford has it in his mind
To fight
Boots,
now.
you might as well do it now.
Kellerman tried to defend this strange idea by comparing it to Floyd Mayweather's past. He argued that Crawford should follow the Mayweather playbook, referencing how Floyd faced an undefeated Canelo Alvarez. According to Max, true greatness means taking on the next big threat while both fighters are in their prime.
What did Floyd Mayweather do with Canelo Alvarez? Now, Canelo was already an enormous draw, and that's the difference. But he didn't wait till he got super old, and Canelo entered his prime. He got him right.
But the entire boxing community, including Kellerman's own co-host Mike Coppinger, immediately tore the argument apart. Coppinger hit him with the most basic question in boxing business. Is the risk even worth the reward?
Are we talking business right now? Because if you're Boots, right? And I guess the thing for Canelo is, Floyd made some good money there. Canelo had a nice following. Is there a super big following for Boots outside of just the boxing world?
That's what Max is saying. The market is not that
I know,
big.
but what I'm saying is like, so the money was like, if I'm Crawford, would I jump out there and fight? Because Boots ain't no easy fight. Is the risk worth the reward?
The answer, as Kellerman himself was forced to admit on live television, was a simple no.
You know what I'm saying?
The answer right now is no.
I think Boots is probably a little bit bigger than we're giving him credit for commercially, especially after this performance. And I think if you fight Crawford, it would rise to a level. After Crawford's win over Canelo on Netflix, I think people do want to see this fight. Is it a mega fight? Maybe not, but I do think it's a very commercially viable fight.
And the truth, which even Kellerman had to admit live on air, was simple. Absolutely not.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height. You know, they both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people, pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also, with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So
Sure.
I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I got to go with Crawford.
The Mayweather-Canelo comparison just doesn't hold up. When Floyd fought Canelo, Canelo was already a superstar, a pay-per-view king with a massive global fan base. Boots Ennis, while terrifying in the ring, doesn't bring that kind of money or attention. Outside of hardcore fans, most people barely know his name. For Crawford, fighting Boots would mean risking everything: legacy, health, and money for practically no reward.
Boxing's not as popular as it used to be anymore, right? UFC is really popular. That's because of Dana White. He built something like the NBA. Stop now, because he's about to do it for boxing again. For boxing now. You want an NBA or an NFL in boxing? Here it comes. Because he knows how to build an institution. And how do you do that?
Hey Max. Boxing is always bigger and big. Don't say boxing is not big enough. Boxing is big. You know how big is boxing.
Should it get bigger, yes or no?
Yeah.
Should it get bigger, Canelo?
Yeah, maybe it's gonna be bigger, but look, boxing is always big and big and bigger and bigger and bigger. We need to talk about that.
But this kind of wild take has become Max Kellerman's trademark lately. He's the same analyst who hijacked the Canelo Crawford press conference with a bizarre rant about how boxing isn't as popular anymore, even praising the UFC right in front of Canelo. The champion had to cut him off, saying, "Hey Max, boxing is always big."
A man who seems to crave the headlines that come from making the most shocking and indefensible arguments possible.
Roy, because of that, throughout a lot of your career, your marketability suffered because no one could put you in a fight, right? No one really ever came close to putting you in a fight. That's kind of happened to Bud so far. Is he therefore prepared for a fight like Canelo, giving up or having to jump up 2 more weight classes and fight a guy who might put him in a dogfight, a real one, for the first time in his career?
When we get put in that position, we go find opposition to make that happen. You understand me? So when we go looking for the opposition, we're not concerned about how big they are, how fast they are, how strong they are. We feel like we got enough that we can bring to the table with anybody. That night I fought Jaron Reese, I didn't care who was over there. Whoever they brought out that locker room was gonna get it. You understand me? That's just what it was. And I think Bud kind of has that feeling. Now, Bud, you gotta remember, has been around for a long time. Nobody called him out. You understand me? All the time Floyd came at the boxing floor, never said I want Bud Crawford.
No one ever said his name.
Hey, all I know is one thing. Israel Mazrimov, he didn't get it. He barely lost.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but nobody called his name. You understand where I'm coming from? So when you know a guy is that formidable and that people are ducking or don't want to see him, he's a problem.
This constant stream of chaotic takes and heated debates with legends like Roy Jones Jr. has revealed who Kellerman has become. Not just an analyst, but a shock artist. Someone more interested in making headlines than making sense.
If they gave me an offer for Crawford, and me and Crawford, I talked to him one time. I'm excited. I'm so. It'll be an honor to get in the ring with him, not just today, just because of what he done as becoming undisputed. He completed something that I didn't complete, and so being in the ring with Crawford would be amazing. I give him the best fight of today's era. I don't think that there's no other fight out there in the boxing world for Crawford to make right now. The best fight really would be me. The best fight with Boots is me. The best fight with Crawford is me. Obviously, nothing else, anybody else could. Earl and Virgil and the winner of them. But I really don't see nobody else. What y'all want me to do in the game?
While the media obsessed over Kellerman's Boots Ennis fantasy, a totally different challenge appeared from the shadows. Canelo's former rival, Jamal Charlo, officially threw his name in the mix. Charlo, who jumped up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo last year, told reporters that he deserves to face Crawford, calling it the biggest fight of this era.
When you look at Boots, he's a poor man Terence Crawford. That's the point. He's almost looking in the mirror. Like I said, Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes. Muhammad Ali was looking at Larry. Larry just all the moves that Muhammad Ali is, even how he talks, how he stands, how he jabs, how he works. He's a poor man's Muhammad Ali, but Muhammad Ali was too old, had Parkinson's, stuff like that. Then Larry Holmes takes him out. If you look at Boots Ennis is a great athlete. Boots Ennis very strong. Boots Ennis is very big for the weight class that he fights at. He's very fast. He got a very high IQ. He's very slick. He's very tough. He can walk you down, knock you out. Boots Ennis is also a switch hitter. Boots Ennis prepared Canelo for Bud. Boots Ennis was the perfect guy for Canelo to get because of those reasons. If you see those guys, even aesthetically, when they stare each other down, you're going to be ready to shit yourself. Because the thing about Boots Ennis, he's a problem for everybody, and you know.
Charlo's trying to sell the idea that fighting both Canelo and Crawford would be historic, like Amir Khan did years ago. But anyone who saw Charlo's last fight knows how ridiculous that sounds. His bout against Canelo was a one-sided snooze fest. He barely threw punches, looked checked out, and fans labeled it a cash grab. He hasn't fought since. So how can a man who just got dominated by Canelo possibly deserve a shot at the man who beat him? Unlike the dangerous Boots-Ennis fight, a Charlo matchup would be the total opposite. All reward, no risk. It's easy money and easy marketing, but with zero excitement. Now Crawford faces the toughest decision of his career, not in the ring, but in business. On one side, he's got Kellerman's insane challenge, a legacy fight that risks everything. On the other, Charlo's boring cash grab that adds nothing to his story. So what will the king do? Will he take the risk, take the money, or walk away for good, leaving the throne empty and the boxing world begging for his return?